material session of Bhopal Sir's career point. This is a video for the student of class 11 on unit 5. The name of the unit is thermodynamics. This is the part 9 video of this unit covering the topics Hess's law and its application. आम वीडियो रे Hess's law और तार application लो कथा पढ़िबा. To come for the statement of Hess's law. What do you mean by statement of Hess's law? It may be defined as the total enthalpy change, that is a heat evolved or heat absorbed in a particular reaction is always same, whether the reaction takes place in one step or in a number of steps. गोटे reaction गोटे step रे हो बा several steps रे हो तार enthalpy change total enthalpy change ता particular reaction पाई सब बेले समान रहेगा. ये थिला Hess's law statement. एबे देखिबा description. Suppose in a reaction A changes to D in one step, but let that the same reaction is carried out in three different steps, such as A to B, B to C, C to D, accompanied with the enthalpy changes delta H1, delta H2, delta H3 respectively. आमे गोटे रिएक्शन को कंसीडर करलो गोटे स्टेप रे ए को डी को जाई पारे लेट तार एंथैल्पी चेंज डेल्टा एच बोली धरा जाऊ. जदि से रिएक्शन टी तीनोटी डिफरेंट स्टेप रे अथवा ए टू बी विथ एंथैल्पी चेंज डेल्टा एच1, बी टू सी विथ एंथैल्पी चेंज डेल्टा एच2 एंड सी टू डी विथ एंथैल्पी चेंज डेल्टा एच3 हुए, देन अकॉर्डिंग टू Hess's law व्हाट हैपेंस ए path 1 रे A टा डायरेक्टली D को गला विथ एंथैल्पी चेंज डेल्टा H, path 2 रे A टा तीनोटी स्टेप रे D को कन्वर्ट होला विथ एंथैल्पी चेंज डेल्टा H1, डेल्टा H2 एंड डेल्टा H3. So according to Hess's law, delta H is equal to delta H1 plus delta H2 plus delta H3. एबे जिबा justification of Hess's law. If Hess's law is not correct, Hess's law correct हेले कोन हबो? Delta H is equal to delta H1 plus delta H2 plus delta H3. If Hess's law is not correct, then delta H is not equal to the sum of delta H1, delta H2 and delta H3. If delta H is not equal to the sum of delta H1, delta H2 and delta H3, then there are two probabilities. Delta H may be greater than the sum of delta H1, delta H2 and delta H3, or delta H may be less than the sum of delta H1 plus delta H2 plus delta H. Case 1. For delta H greater than the sum of delta H1, delta H2 and delta H3. Then what happens? Here delta H minus sum of delta H1, delta H2 and delta H3 is positive. In case 2, delta H is less than the sum of delta H1 plus delta H2 plus delta H3. Here delta H minus the sum of delta H1 plus delta H2 plus delta H3 is negative. Both the case goes against the first law of thermodynamics, according to which energy can neither be created nor it be destroyed. ए दुईटी जाको केस फर्स्ट लॉ ऑफ थर्मोडायनामिक्स अगेंस्ट जाउछि. सो आमे जा मने करिछु भूल अटे, अर्थात डेल्टा H is equal to delta H1 plus delta H2 plus delta H3. This is the justification for Hess's law. Now comes for example. Let us consider the formation of carbon dioxide from carbon and oxygen. Carbon can be converted into carbon dioxide by two ways. Path 1, carbon burns in oxygen to give CO2. Delta H is minus 393.5 kilojoule per mole. Path 2, carbon may be burned in insufficient of oxygen to give carbon monoxide. Delta H is equal to minus 110.5 kilojoule. Again, carbon monoxide can burn in oxygen to give CO2. Delta H2 is minus 283.0 kilojoule. Thus, by adding these two steps, we get C plus O2 gives us CO2. Delta H is equal to minus 393.5. Thus, path 1 and path 2 रे enthalpy change समान रहिला. Hence, delta H is equal to delta H1 plus delta H2. Let us come for the application. It is applicable to determine the theta formation. It is applicable for the determination of enthalpy of transition. It is applicable for predicting the enthalpy of various reactions. Thanks for watching Upalsar's Career Point. Please like and share this video.